guys, it's Lexi Buns, and today we are going to get in the holiday spirit and talk about my favorite scary movies and shows. I really love Halloween. It is my favorite holiday. I got my little spider earrings and my ghosts. My little skeleton shirt or whatever. They're doing kickflips or whatever that move is. They're skateboarding, so that's pretty dope. But we're not here to talk about the attire. We're going to talk about these movies. So I have a whole lineup. So if you haven't seen these movies, then that's a good thing because they're amazing. Or these shows that I'm about to talk about, that is also a good thing. Well, I mean, I guess it's not a good thing because, like, what are you doing? Like, you should have been seeing these. But it's fine because I'm going to catch you up. So my all-time favorite movie, which may not be other people's favorite movie, but I think it was the movie that got me into scary movies. And I think it was like 10th or 11th grade when I saw this movie. I went to the theater with my friends, my best friends, who I'm still really good friends with to this day. And we've actually seen all four, the other three after this one, but it is Insidious. And this is actually on Netflix right now, I believe. But I freaking love this movie. It is so good and so scary. And this is one of those movies I feel like everyone's seen, but there might be some people that haven't. If you're one of those people that gets nightmares or night terrors, you probably shouldn't watch anything that I'm about to talk about. There might be one or two that you can handle, but this one I would not recommend because it was a whole vibe when it came out. Like, everyone was seeing this movie when it came out. I remember that vividly. And I remember when we went to the movie theater and we were checking in or giving the guy our tickets. I was the first one in line, and I was still unsure of whether I actually wanted to see this movie because, remember, I wasn't really big into scary movies yet. So when I went, I gave the guy my ticket, and he looked at my ticket, and he was like, "Oh, this movie's scary as hell. Enjoy your movie." And I was like, a grown man is telling me basically that he was scared watching this. Guys, do you still want to do this? Because so I was scared. But when I watched it, I was still scared. But it was so good, and it was just, I don't know, for me at that time, it was just so good, and I highly recommend it. There's quite a few parts that had me shooketh. So yes, all-time favorite. I would watch it at any point, at any time in the day. I would put it on. You know what? I might watch it today, actually, now that we're talking about it. But I believe it is still on Netflix. I remember when they put it up there, I was super excited. I think they put it up there like a year ago, and I think it's still up there, so check it out. So the next movie on the list, obviously, is The Woman in Black. Because first of all, Daniel Radcliffe. Anything to do with him? Yes. Harry Potter? Yes. Obviously. Like, anything Harry Potter related, anything with those actors, I gotta see it. That is actually what, we're not going to talk about this now, but that is actually what got me watching Downton Abbey. It's because Maggie was in it. Professor McGonagall. And that's a whole nother story. But we're going to stick to this one. So, I love British things and Victorian things and scary things and Daniel Radcliffe. So when you combine all four of those things together, heck yeah, I'm excited. Like, I was so happy when I saw that movie, and we actually saw it for my best friend's birthday. We all went and saw it, and it was amazing, and it's scary. It's very creepy, and there was one part, see, when I get real scared, I start crying a little bit. But not because, like, I'm emotional. It just, I don't know, it's some weird reaction that I have. Even, like, if I hear a scary story or I'm telling one, my eyes will start to tear up. I'm not trying to cry, but it just happens. And I don't think I'm the only one that this happens to in this world. I think other people, this happens to them too. But anyways, there was a part that made me, like, my eyes were, like, watering. It had me, it's starting. Stop. Because I'm thinking about it. But no, this movie is really good. It's sad. Like, the story is sad. It's sad from the start. But it's really good to me, and the story is really good, and the creep factor is huge. Like, imagine you're kind of basically stranded, like, on an island of sorts, which brings me this actually relates to my gameplay, Made of Scare, so you should go watch that. I'm gonna put a link to the video at the end of this one. But y'all should go watch that, because this is kind of reminiscent of that, but it's a different story completely. But it's old Victorian London, kind of stranded on an island in a creepy house or hotel. So, you know, there's similarities. So yes, this movie, The Woman in Black, she ain't nothing to mess with. Daniel, he tried it. And, you know, it's a good movie. It's just a good movie. You know what? This movie was the only one that I actually saw my dad get scared at ever in my life. He actually, like, screamed. Not like a girl. He was like, oh! And I was like... But I knew the part that was coming, so the fact that that was the part that scared him, it made me happy. But yes, it's a good movie. Okay. This next one is The Conjuring 2. So very good. This one is really, really good. The first one was good, and it used the lady from, I want to say the movie was called The Haunting. There's a whole bunch of movies with the word haunting in it that are actually connected. Ooh, let me go grab something real quick. Where is it? Where is my book? I need to grab something. I'll be right back. This is what we're going to talk about this one later. We're going to talk about this one in a bit. But this book, The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson, which I still haven't read yet. I'm sorry, Dad. He got me this for Christmas like 2 years ago, and I still haven't read it. But I'm going to, I promise. But I've been busy. So this book is kind of what it's what inspired a lot of movies and shows, which, if you're in the know, you know where I'm going with this one. But the lady from the first Conjuring was in a movie called The Haunting, I believe it was called. It's like a 90s film. It was good for its time. Owen Wilson's in it. Wow. So that's pretty great. And so she's in it, and that movie was inspired by this book. We'll talk about the other one, the obvious one, in a bit. This movie, again, very good. It has like 3 antagonists, and they all tie together, and it is just beautifully done, and it is very creepy, and y'all know who I'm talking about. This heifer right here. Terrifying. I don't even want to put her in the video, but I did. So now I have to look at that while I'm editing, so that's great. Oh yeah, and okay, so the mom in this movie is actually from one of my favorite comedies. I'm not going to get that one because I don't know where that is, but it's called Bedazzled with Brendan Fraser, Forever Bae, and she was his potential bae in that movie, and it's a funny movie, or at least for its time it was funny. But she's the mother in this movie, and she did a really good job, and I think she's actually really British, which I didn't know. So yeah, but it's a really, really good movie, and it's really freaking creepy. Like, I forget what his name was. He was like a really tall, scary guy with a hat. But that movie, highly recommend for this season. Okay. Oh, and James Wan also directed this movie, right? Yes. So I think he did all of the movies in this universe, which includes Annabelle. And the scary part about this is that it's based on a true story, as is the first one. So that's what's kind of really, really creepy and unsettling. And my baby daddy, Patrick Wilson, is in The Conjuring 2 and Insidious. So I can't with either of those movies. Everything about them is great. So if you're a little bit of a softie and you can't handle too much scare, but you still want to be there for the creepiness and the plot, I would recommend Crimson Peak. It has the bae Tom Hiddleston in it. It has the bae Charlie Hunnam in it. And it's British, old Victorian. I told you, I like British, old Victorian, scary things. I don't know what is up with that, but I do. And it's really good. The plot is insane. There's some twists and turns in that one. It has Miss Celia Foote from The Help in it, so that's also a plus. She's a great actress. And it is really creepy, but it's not like where I don't feel like you would have nightmares if you watch it. But look, I don't know how, I can take a lot of scares. So I don't know, your scare level, but I think it's really good. And me and my friends all went and saw that too. We see a lot of scary, that's like our thing. We see a lot of scary movies together. And if things were normal, we'd be doing that now. But they're not, so it's fine. So that is another great film, and it's more like a ghost story. Actually, I think the main character says that in the beginning, like, this is a ghost story. So it's not really like, it's not religious, there's not like demons or anything, so you can relax. I will say, if you don't like religious stuff like me, I don't really like scary religious movies. I don't mess with that. However, this one kind of gets like that. But that's the only one thus far. So, yeah, we're good on that. If you just like things that aren't scary whatsoever, but are still kind of in that Halloween theme, and you like magic and all that, Beautiful Creatures is a very good selection, which also me and my friends all went to go see. We see a lot of movies together. That's a great thing. But this, oh my gosh. First of all-star cast. If you've seen Ratchet, Dolly from Ratchet is the main character, one of the main characters. If you've seen Solo, the guy that plays Han Solo is the main character. And that's just another distraction, but we're not gonna talk about that. Viola Davis, the Queen, is in this movie. Like, Emma Thompson is in this movie. Amazing. She was, what was that professor's name? The one with the crystal ball. Was it Professor Trelawney? Something like that. The one with the crystal ball and stuff from Harry Potter. She, the weird one with the glasses. I loved her. She's great. But she's Nanny McPhee. She's in this. Okay. So this all-star cast, really great. It's like not scary at all. There's some parts, there was one part that creeped me out, but it wasn't like, it was more of like what was happening to a certain character rather than like it actually being scary. But it's pretty, there's a few parts that are a little like, but it's not scary. Okay, it's relax. But this is a very good movie, very good plot. If you like love stories and you like witchy things and magic and all that, then this is the movie for you. I feel like we have to mention two movies that I still get really shocked when people say they haven't watched them, because one, they're pretty old, and two, they're pretty freaking amazing, is The Mummy and The Mummy 2. I don't know how you go this long without watching them, because Brendan Fraser back then, oh my gosh, at the height of his career, it was just amazing. It was a good time. And what is her name? Rachel, what is her name? I just, I'm ashamed that I can't remember her name. I think it's Rachel Weisz. She's amazing. And them together is amazing. The whole cast. I'm talking about everybody. The guy, I can't remember his name, but the one that was like drinking and the guy was like, cut them down. That guy, he's amazing. Like, everybody's amazing. Jonathan, I watched that movie on Christmas one year. That's how much I love that movie. Like, I watch that movie quite often. It's so good. It's such a vibe. Like, if you miss that time period, I don't know what to tell you, but you can watch it and still relish in how amazing it is. And then the second one was really good. We don't talk about the third one at all. It does not exist. But the second one was also good. The Rock, what? Scorpion King, what? So good. Such a vibe. Like, please watch that. It's not scary. Some good shows that you can watch. My all-time favorite, hands down, no discussion, is The Haunting of Hill House, which is on Netflix. You need to watch it. if you can handle scary, because that is probably the scariest show I've ever watched. Okay? It was very, very scary, and it hits you sometimes at moments you didn't expect. But very plot driven. Like the plot was insane. The writing and the cinematography was actually insane. Like I've never seen such a well written show. It's been a while. I don't remember the last one I've seen. I think that's probably the best show I've ever seen as far as like writing and like plot and character development. So basically the story is following 5 children that grew up in this house that was haunted, and they are carrying trauma with them from that time period, and they all deal with it in different ways. And actually the way the episodes are written is pretty beautiful because firstly, they flash forward and back a lot. So they flash back to when they were kids, flash forward to when they're adults, and it helps you see why they are the way that they are. So the first episode focuses on the eldest, which is Steven, and he is my least favorite person in the world, but I'll let you decide that for yourself. And then it's Shirley, and then Theo, and then Lucas, my all-time fave, and then Nell, my second fave. And actually Lucas and Nell are twins, so they kind of always have each other's back, which is really nice. But I won't say anything else about it because I'm not the type to spoil things for people, but the plot is crazy. And everything is connected so well, especially between Lucas and Nell. Like, I don't know. It's just, I'll let you watch for yourself. Another good show that was recommended to me by a dear friend of mine, one of my best friends. Actually, one of the people that I've seen all these scary movies with. He recommended Dracula to me. And I kept seeing, I wish they had actually used a different, like maybe a different thumbnail for the show, because I would see it and be like, I don't know, because I thought it was like kind of like I don't know what I thought. It kind of it gave me like 21 Day or 21 Weeks, whatever that series is with the zombies. It kind of gave me those vibes from the thumbnail, just from the thumbnail. But let me tell you, when I watched that show, it was so good. Like the guy that played as Dracula, he killed it, bruv. And it was like pretty gross too. Like it was pretty gross. And it was a little confusing at first, but everything makes sense pretty quickly. And it's only 3 episodes, so that's another perk. It's not super long. Like you don't have to invest hours and hours into it. I think it's like a total of 3 hours, maybe a little bit over. So yeah, there's 3 episodes. They're all very good, and it's very well written. And there is phenomenal acting, and I highly recommend watching it. Also, it is pretty funny. Like, Dracula's pretty funny. He's a funny guy. But he's also very terrifying. I don't think I would ever want to encounter him. Ever. So this next show is Sabrina, and it's the newer one, the one on Netflix. I really liked it. Like, I think I killed that show in like 3 days or something. I binged it, but it was really good, and the characters were really good. Like, I really liked a lot of their personalities. I just felt like it was Halloween every day when I was watching it. It was just so spooky, and I loved all the characters, like Ambrose and Prudence and stuff like that. It was a really good show. And I don't know if it's canceled or not, but I think it's on its last season maybe, which sucks, but you know, I feel like you can only go but so long with shows like that too. One of my all-time favorites to this day is Supernatural, and you can even see the poster right there. You can see a little corner of the poster back there, but I have Sam, Dean, and Castiel chilling up there. It's just really good. I don't know what to say about it. I really don't. It's like you either know or you don't. I've been watching this show for years, and I am so sad that it's ending, that I have not watched the last season. I don't know when I'll watch it because I just don't want it to end. So it holds a very special place in my heart, and I will forever appreciate the Winchesters and all that they do. I think, for a while, my voicemail was the same as Dean's voicemail. It was something really cool. It was, leave your name, number, and nightmare at the tone. I literally had that as my voicemail for the longest time. And actually, as I got older, I forgot that was my voicemail. So that could have probably prevented me from getting certain jobs or something. But it's fine. You know, we're good. But, like, I don't know. That show, I was obsessed for a while. I will forever be appreciative of all the hard work that Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki and all the other actors put into it. Misha Collins. Like, everyone did their thing on that. So, thank you. That's gonna do it, guys. I don't think I have anything else to add. Those are my top ones. There are other scary movies. You know what? Matter of fact, there's a good one that I almost forgot to mention. I didn't write it on my list. It's called Wrong Turn. And I'm sure many of you know about Wrong Turn. That movie is funny to me, but it's like scary too. But it's not like, it's like one of those hack and slash type, you know, like, I don't know. There was like a period of time where there was like those old, like rural, like dirty, like, I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Like House of Wax and like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know, like, it was like backwoods, rural, creepy. I don't know where I'm going with this. But it was basically like, you don't know where you're going. The dude had a chance to turn right or left. And I think if I remember correctly, he went left. And he should have went right. But he went left. And that was the wrong turn. And it is so freaking good. Like, there have been so many of them. I don't know how many there are. Those ones I would not recommend. But the first one was so good. And it got Baby Girl from, what's that movie? Bring It On. But not Kirsten Dunst, her friend with the curly brown hair. Imagine like you're in that rural type of area and there's like 3 to 4 people chasing you and trying to kill you. So, not a good setup. But that is a good one. And I think it used to come on Sci-Fi a lot. I don't know if it still does, but that was like an all-time fave when I was in high school. I would watch that all the time. So I also recommend that. That one's not too bad. That one's not like you'll have nightmares if you watch it. So I think you'll be fine with that if you can't really handle a lot of scary stuff. So another amazing show that I can't believe I forgot to mention is Black Summer. I was stressed 99.99% of the time while watching this. Like, I felt my heart palpitating so much. This show is super intense. Like, I don't think I've ever watched a show that horrifyingly intense. If there was a zombie outbreak in real life, I would want them to be more like the Walking Dead zombies and not Black Summer zombies. Black Summer zombies do not play. This story basically follows the journey of multiple people, and they eventually start to cross paths and things, and their goal is to get to the stadium. And the things that they have to go through to get to that stadium, oh my gosh, it's insane. If you like really intense things and scary things and zombies, then this is the show for you. Apparently, they're making a season 2, and I don't know if my heart can take it, but you best believe I'm going to be front and center for it. I give the show a 10 out of 10. If you have not watched it, please watch it. It is so good. I promise you. So yes, that'll do it, guys. Those are all of my favorites that I can think of. Let me know what your favorites are. What is your favorite scary movie and why? Is it because of the actors or the plot? Is it because it's really scary? I want to know. I need some new material. So let me know down in the comments what your favorite movie was or a show. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.